BeatMakers 101. What's up, everyone? Welcome to my channel if you're new, welcome back if you've been in before. Today, I'm going to walk you through how I make a binaural beat on Reason Studios. I know I went a little bit into this in my first video when I explained how to make binaural beats, but you remember the quality of that video was really bad. This is several years ago, my screen recording was not working at all and I had a crappy Windows computer. Okay, let me mute that. And nothing was really working the way it was supposed to work. So this is gonna be way better. And also because in that video, I didn't show how to make the full beat. I just showed how to create that binaural beat sound, the tone to be exact. Now, quick recap here. In 1839, this guy called Heinrich Wilhelm Dove discovered that when you play two different frequencies on each ear that are not further away than 40 Hertz, this is important, that this unbelievable thing happens, which is called auditory illusion or ghost note. Because a third note appears that you hear on both ears even though it doesn't even exist. And with that ghost note or auditory illusion, you have actual influence on your brain waves. And here's a little brainwave chart again. Pow! Right here, gamma, beta, alpha, theta and delta waves. And as you can see on that little chart here, when you're in delta waves, you are in deep sleep. In theta waves, you have creativity, insight, deep states, meditation, and so on and so forth. When you're in alpha brainwave state, you are physically and mentally relaxed. In beta brainwave state, aware, alert, thinking, excitement. And last but not least, gamma brainwave state means heightened perception, learning, problem solving, and so on and so forth. This is why you can pull up binaural beats for studying, binaural beats for meditation. Now, in my last video, I explained the difference between frequency and binaural beats, which is a big difference. And today, I want to try an experiment. Because, as most of you know or not know, the Earth itself spins also in a frequency. It creates a tone, which is 7.83 Hertz. It's called Schumann resonance. Schumann resonance. This note is so low that you can actually not hear it with the human ear. And to test that, you can go to that page that I talked about in my last video too, which is called Online Tone Generator. And as I explained last time, you can type in any Hertz number that you want and you can test it there. If you play that note right here, you will not hear it. So you can see I press play, I'm all the way up on the volume and you can't hear nothing. That's how low the note is. But what I can do is I can create a binaural beat with 7.83 Hertz. Or to be exact, we're gonna use 8 Hertz because unfortunately Reason Studios is not able yet to create frequencies with comma digits, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna get there soon. So we're gonna use 8 Hertz for that today. And I know there's discussions out there where people actually say, it's okay if you use 8 Hertz, it doesn't matter if you use 7.83 Hertz. But I think the Earth creates that frequency for a reason, so I think we should be pretty exact, okay? So I'm going to create the frequency 8 Hertz and then create a song around it, making a binaural beat. Alright, so enough explained. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty, so here we are. Forgive me if I look over there, it's because my second screen is telling me exactly if there's a lag or if something is going on. So, first thing we want to do is we want to create our binaural tone, right? Our binaural wave. And as we said, we're going to attempt to do 7.83 Hertz, but I think it's going to be more on the end of 8 Hertz because it all depends on how good my hearing is right now. So we're gonna see if that works. For that root note, I'm going to use 528 Hertz. You could use any one, but just for the sake of it. I don't know why, but I feel like maybe it has more effect when I do it this way. But that doesn't really mean anything. You could use any note as a root note. 528 Hertz is C5, as you know from my last video. And again, if you want to make sure, you would use your online tone generator. Let's do that. Type in here 528 Hertz and let's hear it. Now, for the beginning, I'm just creating a loop, but then later you want to elongate the note throughout the whole track. Now, we're gonna start with C5 like we just said. So I am using Thor again. To be exact, I'm using the lead, just like in my last video. In my opinion, the best one to create binaural beats. I'm not going to reset the device because all I want is this analog oscillator right here. And again, you have to use a sine wave. We don't want to have a grrrk sound. We want to have a clean sound. Make sure that everything is turned off and make sure that your LFOs here are all set to 0. So we have our device right here ready. Let's record our first note. Let's clean that up and make that a little bit longer. Now we have to have the same copy-paste situation, same copy-paste instrument, whichever one you use, in this case Thor, as a second track. Let's do that real quick. Let's make sure that everything is the same. Now, as you can see, everything is exactly the same in both of these Thors. Let's minimize the first one. Now, with this one though, we have to create a difference in tone that is, as we wished for, exactly 7.83 Hertz away. So let's do that. Now, as I said earlier already, we're not going to be able to do that right in here because we don't have the option here to change or pitch our notes by the little mini comma values and not even by numbers. We can detune it here, but we have to do it by ear. So let's go to our online tone generator. Now you can either pitch your wished Hertz number higher, again, it can't be further away than 40 Hertz, or lower. In this case, I'm gonna go lower. I don't know why, just my instinct tells me that. So we're gonna have to do 528 Hertz minus 7.83 Hertz, which is 520.17 Hertz. So let's do that. Enter. You saw that little jump right here, it pitched down. So let's hear how that sounds. So that's a little lower. Let's see if we can imitate that. Now, when we listen to our tone generator frequency that we created, 520.17 Hertz, and we compare it to our down-pitched one right here, I already did that, it sounds pretty damn similar. Oh my God, am I tripping? Is it still a little bit off? No, that's pretty much the same. We're not going to pull off a Jacob Collier here, okay? So forgive me, guys. If anybody out there is like Jacob Collier and you can hear the cents and the mini cents that are a little bit off, well, it's good enough, okay? Now, we basically just got to copy paste and paste that in right here. Now, before we go on, we got to close this out again so we don't get too confused right here. As you know, one track has to go to the left ear and one track has to go to the right ear. I also did this up here, as you can see, and in the big mixer it's obviously already set this way because we did it right here. So I'm gonna play this at the same time now. Headphones recommended. Very good. Very good. You can hear this wobbly sound a little bit. That's because it's almost like a chorus effect, almost. But we have our binaural beat frequency ready. Now, next, I'm gonna get a couple of instruments. I'm gonna get a string ensemble, some type of pad, and I'm gonna probably add a bass note to it. And then I'm gonna come back. So for this, I'm getting out of the picture, I'm getting out of the way so you can see a little bit better. I opened Friction Modeled Strings. I found that soft string pad right here and I elongated the release. Here it was too short. We go up here and I'm also gonna change this to cello 3. Now it sounds like this. Beautiful. The timing a little lower right here, and I want to get a little bit more low gain. Nice. We have already a reverb on here, so that's good for now. I played some chords. It sounds like this. Obviously, this is going to be elongated. In a binaural beat, you don't want to have fast changes like this. The first chord is definitely going to be played for 8 bars right here, but just for now, so we get a little bit of a feel. Now, let's add a bass note to it. So, we have our bass note played in. Again, this is just a short loop. Let's hear it. Nice. Okay, obviously the volumes are still a little bit off, but we're gonna get there. We definitely use the root note here as well as C, and then a little tiny 1.5 note change down. Anyway, let's add a little pad to it with another instrument. I might use my lovely Maelstrom for this, and then we're gonna be back. Okay, I forgot to say that for the bass note I used a subtractor. I used hyper bottom, my favorite one, and tweaked around here a little bit obviously, so it doesn't sound like the standard sound that comes with it. And then I added a pad sound, and I used a beautiful Maelstrom for it, and I used the A pad sound. I changed everything around that I liked to make it sound the way I wanted it, right here, and so on and so forth. And now we have this. I like it, I like it, I like it. Now, guess what? We're gonna add some chimes to it. Let's try to do that. The microphone hates chimes, so let's go very far away and let's try this. But for that, you're not gonna hear the whole track behind it. You're just gonna hear what I record because I gotta change the audio interface settings. So let's do this real quick. I think that was a pretty cool take. Let me vanish again. Definitely fade that in, take the snap off and fade that in here as well. Isn't that pretty so far? All right, I'm gonna add some vocal tracks and then I think we're done. Alrighty, that was easy and quick. I did live looping so many times that this was kind of like easy right now, surprisingly easy. All right, let's listen. I like it a lot. Bang, boom, bang, clang, cloom. I like it. I like it. I like it. So obviously this is just a loop right now. I'm definitely going to do some rearranging. The vocals are not going to loop all the time and come in all the time and all the time. I am just going to play them in, if you want to call it like the hook part or the chorus part, if you want to call it like that in a binaural beat, just like I do it with my other songs. I'm definitely going to link my last binaural beat below. So if you want to look for my 11 Hertz beat on Spotify or wherever, just type in DissiNotRA 11 Hertz. You cannot type in DissiNotRA binaural because when I wanted to upload the song through DistroKit and I typed binaural, it said Spotify doesn't allow binaural beats, so I had to rename it just to 11 Hertz frequency beat. But when you know what binaural beats are, you already know it must be a binaural beat, because if 11 Hertz would be a frequency beat, you would not be able to hear the frequency because it would be too low, as we learned earlier. So that's it. I hope that was helpful to you. I'm gonna do some rearranging, like I said. As soon as the track is done, I'm gonna link it below in the description as well. Let's get to the outro. That's it, everyone. As you can see, that wasn't even as hard. And when you understand the principle, you can do it in any DAW. I hope that helped somebody that wants to create binaural beats. Let's get it going. Let's help people with studying, meditating. Let's be creative. And as usual, if you have any questions or ideas, let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to check the links, there's awesome stuff to discover, like for example this BeatMaker cup. And many other music related and mind over matter related things. And as always, much love to everyone, stay focused and have a blessed now.